Yo, check it, man. We here with Charity. Peas in a pod?
Peas in a pod.
Peas in a pod.
Peas in a pod adventures.
Wow.
Like two peas in a pod is normally what people normally say.
Wow.
Correct. We took away the two because it is essentially like the two main producers, which is myself and my business partner within the company. It is like focused mostly around us, but we do have like set like personalities, like our like common friends who will be like frequent on the shows. So we don't want to limit it down to two.
That's
so it's
true.
just Peas in a Pod Adventures.
Wow, Peas in a pod adventures.
So that's how you came up with that name.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So and my lovely co-host, Miss Jamaica, is here.
The official.
I'm sorry, the official. I don't want to get it wrong because there's a lot of them out there that's not the official. So she's the official Miss Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
So let's get back to Charity though, man. So what made you guys feel like you guys needed to start a blog up or anything in this day and time? What pushes you, I guess?
So it's actually something that I've been kind of like had in the works in my mind for a few years. And I just never have had the opportunity or really like a support system or like a group of friends that I feel comfortable enough to be able to do things like that with. And like personally, like I feel like I'm kind of just funny and entertaining just naturally, like without trying. Like people are always like, oh, you should have your own TV show.
Definitely.
And so finally there was a day I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I am going to start my own TV show.
Wow.
And so, yeah, it just kind of built into this whole thing. And, now it's becoming a reality.
Cool. So what's your social media platforms? Instagram? How can we find you?
We're starting off on YouTube.
Okay.
And Instagram. So it's Peas in a Pod Adventures on both.
Okay.
And then the goal is to, within 6 months, to have gotten popular enough that a TV provider picks us up within 6 months.
Wow.
And that's the way people get discovered nowadays. It's on YouTube.
Exactly. It's
Quickly,
on YouTube,
on
Instagram, all of those, And I'm not going to lie, I'm not a super, super big social media person, but I know that, like, that's where the business is at right now in the world. And so I'm hitting it with, hitting the ground running on that forum and, going to do what I can do. And, I mean, it's as good, content. It's funny, but it's also wholesome, which is what's really going to set it apart from everything else.
Cool.
As a business owner, one thing I'd like to advise you is YouTube, definitely when you're doing your skits, you do that. But with your Instagram, because you are a character, you're funny, you're outspoken, you always have something to tell people about.
Right.
So every day you have to post on Instagram,
right.
Whether it be a story or a post. There's something short, but do something innovative on Instagram every day, and you will build up those followers in no time.
I agree. Content is way needed. Content will create. You always got to show the people the process, and I think they love a good story. Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is exactly right. People don't take advantage of the time that they have. That they should be, pretty much letting the people see the process so that they can build it up to where they understand where you come from versus where you are now. And I think a lot of times people don't rate that right. I think it's totally underrated. So I agree with you 100%.
I can definitely see that. It's definitely something like, I'm working on because, like I said, I never really have been a super big social media person. So that's definitely something that, like, I'm working to, like, overcome to build on these businesses and, like, put it out there more. Most of the marketing that I've done now is, word of mouth and stuff like that. Like, personal people. And then, like, it's gotten out a little bit so far where people are like, oh, like, I can't wait for this to get launched and all this stuff. But
it's addictive, though, because as much as you don't like it, whenever you post and you see the comments and whether you help somebody,
absolutely,
it pushes you like, I got to do it again tomorrow. But you have to always just think, you just have to post it once a day. Just start off once a day for like 10 seconds or, whatever.
Right.
It doesn't take that much out of you, but it's content. And even if you're going through your day, and I think you should record everything all the time. It's just you don't have to post it all the time because you never know when you might have something hilarious for your podcast, for your YouTube or anything that you need to do.
Yeah, agreed. Do you have TikTok?
I do not currently. I'm actually.
The reason I say that because TikTok is definitely a powerful platform. And you know, the younger generation is there, and they're going to leave there. But you know, you're young, but there's even the younger generation there. So you want people, you want the masses of people to grow with you, and so you want to take them there. So when you go on like TikTok or you go on Facebook or you're hitting different demographics, and so basically different age groups, whether it be TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. All of those different things are people. It's like you're going to different places and like different cities, and that's the way you got to look at it. So you're dealing with different, So when you look at it, it's some people like, I don't get on Twitter, or I don't get on TikTok, or I don't get on Tumblr. I even say Tumblr tagged, old stuff, or MySpace or whatever. But you have to stop thinking like that.
Right.
It's like you're introducing yourself to a customer base. And you have to do it in a unique way that pretty much marinates with what those people like. Do you agree with that?
I do. I definitely see where you're coming from, and like I'm not even gonna lie. I've never really thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I hate TikTok with a passion.
But you understood what I just said.
I did, and you know what? You're absolutely right. Whenever I was like running restaurants and stuff, that was a big thing. Like, one of my restaurants just was not doing well. Yeah. And, you know, the owner, like, I was also his personal assistant, so like I worked a lot with him very closely. So he comes up to me one day and he's like, yo, Charity, like, we got to do something. Like, you've got to start bringing in some ideas of what we can do. Like, you're our creative person. Like, let's get something rolling. And finally, like, someone came and was like, you know, businesses have been doing stuff on TikTok. Like, you should look into that. And I was like, at first, I was like, nah, man, I'm not doing TikTok. I don't even do TikTok personally. I hate it, da-da-da. And they're like, no, they started showing me some stuff, and I was like, man, the reason getting on TikTok, I guess.
Like I say, you got to do every platform, even what the old folks said, like me on Facebook or whatever.
Right.
You can't look at it like there's a piece of you in every place, and it's in a unique way. Right. And you own that piece, and you owe it to those people.
Absolutely. And you're absolutely right. And you're like, and like I said, like I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a good point of view and something that I definitely will be able to like put into practice.
I thank God for it, man. We just trying to figure it out, right? Mm-hmm. And like I said, we got a team of people that we work with. That's why you see how I act about getting us on here. Mm-hmm. I mean, peas in a pot. We got to take it there. We got to make sure that people see it every chance they get. And
Absolutely.
it represents you, and you're trying to help people, right?
That's true.
Everything you do is just trying to help someone. I think people should look at things like that, because if you look at it like that, it makes sense. But when you look at it like it's for you and it becomes selfish, then I don't think it goes anywhere.
Right.
How will your shows help?
So my goal of it is to obviously like bring awareness to a lot of different things, which is why, you know, I do want to do like an interviews part of this show. For the most part, it will be kind of like
comedy,
like a comedy, like,
which is neat.
Just kind of like us living our lives, skits, stuff like that.
So you're bringing laughter to people's lives.
Right. Exactly. I want to bring laughter, and I want to, I mean, so like it is for us, and it is like representing who we are, but it's also like I want to be able to like bring this and like be able to bring good to other people. Like there's a lot of projects I have that I want to, you know, showcase on the show. Like I have like a backpack program that I'm trying to get started up, which is essentially like I want to build backpacks to have like some socks and some blankets, some just like dry foods, water bottles, stuff like that, and just kind of like leave them around the city. Wow. Because I feel like, not all of them, but I feel like there are some like homeless people and things that like still get kind of like proud, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to feel like they're, you know, getting pity or charity, because I know I hate that whenever I'm struggling. Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, like I appreciate when people try to help me, but I'm also like, I don't want pity, I don't want your charity. Yeah. And so
we've heard that a lot lately on the show.
Yeah, see, I'm not the only one, I guess. Yeah. And so that's why I want to build these backpacks and leave them like around the city, like hang on, you know, poles or whenever it may be, with little notes like, hey, like if you have nowhere to go or nothing to eat, like take one of these backpacks. This is for you. Definitely. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to come to you with this charity or this pity, like, oh, I feel so sorry for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Definitely. So just like bringing little stuff like that incorporated in it, and just showing like, basically just like, instead of, you know, like, it's like, you know, whenever I'm trying to, you know, help people out with faith, I'm not going to come to you and be like, oh, you're doing this wrong, or you're sinning, or all this stuff. I'm going to, you know, put it into practice. I'm going to show you how I feel like, this is what Jesus would do. I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to do this because this is what Jesus does. I'm just going to do what I think Jesus would do and hope, it inspires somebody else.
Exactly.
But also, it's your mindset. Just the same thing what you're saying. Maybe the person who is actually handing out food or giving something to you personally is not doing it for charity or because they feel sorry for you, but they're doing it because that's what Jesus would do. But because it's in your mind thinking that, oh, you're looking down on me, you think I'm this, that. So you're making your own pride get, in your way.
You're absolutely right, and that is something that I have been working on a lot on myself recently.
Aren't we all a work in progress?
Oh, absolutely. That was one thing. My cheer squad in college. For the most part, they loved me. I was a great leader, but there was also a lot of times, especially during practices, those girls hated me because one of my biggest sayings is there's always room for improvement.
Man.
You did great. You're killing it. Whatever. And the job that I have now, we're all about building people up and, maintaining your positive attitude and just, sticking to it and not giving up and all this stuff. But it's still like, like my trainees, the people on my team, I'm like, you did great today. You killed it, all this stuff,
Yeah.
But keep in mind, there's always room for improvement. There's always something we can all work on, whether it's personal or professional or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
There's always room for improvement.
Man, I thank God for this girl, man. She done blew my mind. She brought up Jesus. She hit all cylinders. She brought up Jesus. There's always room for improvement. She talked about a hustle. Hey, man, I sure appreciate you for coming on the show.
Anytime.
What else you got for us, Stephanie?
No, I was just going to add on to what you said about room for improvement. I've been a manager in many different, jobs and stuff like that. And the crazy thing is, and you can take this in your personal life as well. When you tell people, oh, you did a great job, and then you said, but you have time, you can improve, it's like they don't hear the great job part. All they hear is what is wrong, what is negative, so forth. So, for me, I like to twist it. I always say, so you did an awesome job, an amazing job. What do you think you're missing? What do you think you can do? So you are actually letting them answer their own question.
Absolutely.
So it won't come across negative.
I agree with that. And that's actually a lot of how I try and go into my management styles and things like that, is because I fully agree with that. My first thing is always ask them first, what do you feel like you could have worked on better? What do you feel like you could improve on? And then I get their feedback, and then I'm like, okay, well, these are just a few little notes that I would observe or I would have done differently. I just, or I'll be like, oh, I just learned this tip, or I just learned, this new way, and I'm gonna start trying to, practice it into my daily things, or how I, work this way, or whatever it may be. It's I definitely agree with you. I'm not, again, something I am still working on. I don't always do it like that, but I do try to always approach things like that.
I am so thankful for you coming on the show. Peas in a Pod Adventures. Sounds so exciting.
I can't wait to see it.
Me and you both.
I can't wait to share it with you guys. I can't wait to share it with the world.
You got to come back on the show once you launch everything. And like I said, and just pretty much bless us with your presence and let us know the progress of what you're doing.
I will, absolutely.
I think that helps for us to see. We have a little bit of, we won't call it closure, but it gives us a view of what you're dealing with. And like I said, the people that come on the show are so dear to us, man. We just appreciate it.
And any way we can help you, we will as well.
Absolutely. Definitely. And I appreciate that. And anytime, I'm happy to, help out with whatever it needs. I
got something planned for you. You don't even know. Like I said, the girl that was here earlier with you, oh my God, I got plans for y'all. Y'all don't even realize. My mind be going so fast. You know what I mean? I'm always looking to cross collab and try to come up with ways to push each other's brands, and I get excited about it. You know what I mean? And
I do too.
Yeah, just this whole Boss Talk 101 podcast was put together just so we could reach out and touch people in a different way. We've been dealing with things connecting with different people so long. I think it's important to reinvent yourself, come up with ways to try to be more creative on helping, the youth and the people that God bring into your life, just period. So,
absolutely.
So we look at everybody as being a boss.
Everybody.
I agree with that. And it's funny you mentioned with before the boss comment about people God bring into your life.
Yeah.
The girl who was with me here a few minutes ago, we had a conversation last night about the fact that every single person that comes into your life.
Yes.
And anyone that you feel a connection with, obviously, there are passerbys in your life that just kind of, come and go.
Yeah.
But anyone that you feel a genuine connection with, no matter how short of it, whether it's 2 days, you know, someone you met at the bar or whatever, or like someone that you become best friends with for life. Every one of those people that you feel a connection with is an angel sent to you from God, and they stay in your life for as long as is necessary. They're there for as long as you need them, and once their part of your life is over, they have to move on and help the next person. They have to go be an angel to somebody else. Man,
the scriptures, you come from the Bible, because it says in the book of Hebrews, it says, be careful to entertain strangers, because thereby some have entertained angels unaware. So you're speaking really scripture, and it's crazy, and it's definitely something that helps all of our spirits, right?
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
I appreciate you so much. And Charity is a beautiful name. Man, come on, Charity, man. You're family now, man. We just thank you, and we definitely look forward to seeing you again. Do you have anything else for?
No, sir. That's it.
Hey, yo, it's Boss Talk 101. It's a unique hustle. I'll let your boy.